All right, everybody. Hey, sorry about that. I am I'm in a separate room right now because I'm sharing it out. I'll be over at the desk in just a moment. So um, just give me a moment and I'm going to be over there. How are you guys doing? So more options, share to a group. Okay. All right, heading over there now. Okay, so since I'm here and I see some people are already saying, I want one, I want one, I want one, I'm going to let you guys know now, right? So I'm going to add this to the stream. So there is an opportunity for you to get one of these tumblers, which I need to copy this right here. So copy and paste. And this is wrong. So let's refresh this. There we go. And we're just going to paste it to all. So, so I'm here talking to the screen so you can hear me. So there is an opportunity for you to get one of these and it can be customized and some other perks. So there's a standard one that, I'm going to end up making right now that we have, and you can order that. If you would like to leave a review, not on this listing, but leave a review on the paper, especially if you're using the paper, you love the paper, leave a review. And so when I match up your order and your review, I will add your custom review to your tumbler. And then the other option is if you would like to have discounts for the next 3 months on the website, products and classes, you can, and these are limited. There's a limited number of these too. So the custom review one, so you'll leave a custom review. You'll pay so for the standard one, it's $23.65. If you want your review on there, it's $25.63. If you would like 10% off of the entire site for the next 3 months, whenever you order, it is $45.63. And then if you want 15% off, it is $65.63 is what that cost is for that one. And you would get 15% off of classes, digital files, products, any of that stuff for the next 3 months. Okay. So that is on the site. So until July 4th. And those are limited for the review ones because we're testing some things out. So those are limited. So you can go to the site and pick up those. Like I said, they are limited. So you may want to go over there. I am going to do quite a few tumblers so you'll have time or open it up on a different device. All right. So I'm going to head over to the table now. All right. So give me a second to get over there. All right. You guys can hear me, correct? If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. This is that with my cheerleaders. So no, put the ooh. If you can hear me, put the peacock emoji in the comments if you can hear me. All right, so we're going to make some tumblers. I'm going to make 3 of these. Oh, y'all can hear me. Woohoo! I will be doing them in an oven. I don't really like I don't care for the heat press. And the reason being, you're going to see why. I could actually do, if I wanted to, I could do 15 tumblers at one time. Okay, so we're going to go over my technique. So I can get someone to volunteer, or a couple folks to volunteer to write these things in the comment. That way I don't have to, and I can just continue to teach. You guys can see everything, right? Okay, good. I wanted to take my press on the road, but it was worrying me. Oh, okay. Oh, you need help with your press. Yeah, I don't do them in the press. So these are 20-ounce tumblers. I get my tumblers from Johnson's Plastics Plus. Hold on. I'm trying to fix my camera. Okay, make sure y'all can see. So I get mine from Johnson's Plastics Plus. If you use the code 9PKD6, 9PKD6, you get 15% off of their blanks on there. Everything on their site except for machinery and like printers, heat presses, and things like that. Okay. So that's where I get these from. These are the 20-ounce tumblers. So size. So I'm going to get that, right? The size for this that I use is 9.35 by 8.15. The size of it is 9.35 by 8.15. That's the size of this design. Okay. Yep, there you go. 9.35 by 8.15. The supplies that we're going to use, I use, honestly speaking, heat tape. Okay, so I have my little dispenser, but you know, they have the green ones and stuff on Amazon. So supplies is tape, whether you have a tape dispenser or not, but you're going to need tape. I prefer the 1-inch tape. Although we have 1/2-inch tape for this, we're going to use the 1-inch tape. So 1-inch tape is the first one, or the next one. Then I use my 2-inch tape. 2-inch tape. Next tape, Dollar Tree painter's tape. I found that the masking tape didn't work for me, so it's the blue painter's tape. You can use the Dollar Tree one, or you can use Scott's brand. You can use frog tape, but this is $1.25. So Dollar Tree tape. So we're going to use 3 types of tape. 1-inch HS ink heat tape, 2-inch HS ink heat tape, Dollar Tree painter's tape. All right. Next is going to be a ruler and either a blade or a rotary blade. I prefer the rotary blade. So you can either use, which I don't have one in here. Where are you? Okay, I don't see my X-Acto knife, but you can use an X-Acto knife, or you can use a rotary blade, or you can simply use scissors. But this is more accurate. Or a paper trimmer. You can also use a paper trimmer. Okay? So ruler, rotary blade, X-Acto knife, straight blade or craft blade, or scissors, or a paper trimmer. Okay? That's that. And a squeegee. Doesn't matter what kind of squeegee. I got a whole bunch of types of squeegees. So you're gonna need some sort of squeegee. Maybe even 2, because you can use this to keep your tumbler from rolling. So you can put it, it's one that's a little bit wider. This one, not so much. But this one, I'm going to use it like this to keep it from rolling. But there is a wider one to where you can actually sit. This is a skinny one. This is from Amazon, but they have one that's a little bit wider, and you can use that and put your tumbler on. All right. I personally don't use the silicone bands, but you can use them if you want. I don't use them at all. I have them, but I don't really like them. So that's everything we're going to use. And, oh, I'm sorry, a cloth to wipe it down. I don't use alcohol. Some people use alcohol. I don't use alcohol. I just make sure that, I'll just wipe it down. And it may be the tumblers that I'm using that I don't have to use any alcohol. For me, I find the alcohol, it takes too much to get the streaks out. If you're going to use alcohol, don't use a low percentage of isopropyl. You want to use like a 70 or like a 90 to like really, and make sure that it dries. The lower the percentage, the more water that's in there, and you can get streaks. So I just kind of wipe them down. And sometimes I don't even do that. I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes I don't even do that. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, like the video, tag a friend, and also hit the share button, guys. So we clean those off. All right. Oh, of course, you're also going to need a glove. So how I do my prints. You print to 8.5 by 11. A full one will print on there. I had to print 8.5 by 14 because I forgot to change out the paper. But normally you won't have that much left on yours. Once you put it on there, you only have to cut one side. But I'm going to have to cut two sides because there's a lot of extra paper here. So we're going to take our ruler. And you're going to cut one of your edges. So when you are designing, you'll decide what is going to be your edge that touches your tumbler. And you're going to cut that right to the edge, preferably just slightly into the color to make sure that you don't have any white. And then you want to leave a little bit on this side. If you're using 8.5 by 11 paper, you can just fold it over. But because this was printed on 8.5 by 14, I have too much here. So I'm going to cut it down, and I'm going to literally leave probably about anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch on the paper. I don't cut the tops and bottom like here because it's going to help me line it up because these are straight edges. Okay. So I'm going to do it one more time. I'm actually doing it a couple times, but I'm going to do it once now and then probably afterwards because more people will join. So we're going to put our ruler here. Cut that off. All right. So there we go. I got to try the rotary cutter. Didn't think about that. Yes. So next thing, we're going to wrap it. So I'm just going to put my tumbler here. And the side that you cut down is what goes to your tumbler. So the 9.35 with this tumbler gives me like this much overlap, like literally this much overlap. You can do 9.4 and have a little bit more overlap, but you do want some overlap. You want some overlap. This is just an overlap to help you pull it and to trap the ink. So the design itself is made to where this yellow part is going to overlap. Once it's there, it's going to slightly overlap this side. Okay. And that's going to make it where we have a nice clean line. This side, by not cutting it right to it, gives you more pull, and it's going to make it where you're going to trap that gas inside. Okay. So we're just going to put this on here. And when I drop it on the floor, I got the crap on it. Okay. So I'm just going to fold it like this. And because you don't cut the top or the bottom, it's going to make it to where you know that it's going to line up. So you're going to line up your top and bottom. Okay. And what I like to do is to make sure that it's tight. I'm going to rotate this in my hand to make sure that it's nice and snug to the tumbler. All right. Then if you have a tape dispenser, it makes it so much easier because you're going to just roll out a few. You take the first one and you put it in the middle. Okay. Then you take another one and you put it at the top. And we put it at the bottom. This is secure. Okay, I can move it around a little bit. I like to put them in the middle just to make sure it's not a big gap. So I'm going to take another piece and put it in the middle of, so you should have a total of 5 pieces of tape, 5 pieces of 1-inch tape. All right. Now we're going to take our painter's tape and go across the seam. And I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to go up and down that seam. All right. Your painter's tape cannot, I'm going to show you a different way to make sure that your painter's tape does not touch the bottom, but you know, this works as well. So I'm going to make sure that I can see part of my design at the bottom. Y'all see? It's peekabooing out. So that's how much is left at the bottom. That's how much design is left at the top. It's not a lot. So that little bit there, and that's how much design is left peekabooing across the bottom. All right. I'm going to trim this part. Now, if you print it where you put your print closer to the print edge, you won't have to trim it because it's not going to be very much. So you can do it that way too. So I'm just going to trim this down because the least amount of paper you have, it's not going to buckle when you fold it in. So I'm not going to do anything with this side yet. I trim it so that I can sit it down. I'm going to take my painter's tape. I'm going to put it up to the edge and wrap it around. What this does is makes it to where once I fold this inward, I'm not going to get the puckering because I put this on here and it's flat. So I'm not going to get the puckering from the paper. Okay. And I can trim this down as well. So it's not too much. I'm going to trim this like literally right to the top of the design. Now I'm going to take my 2-inch tape. Put about 1 inch onto the tumbler. And wrap it around. So this is what that's going to look like. So you have some coming up. All right. I'm going to smooth that down. Make sure there's no wrinkles. And so this is really, really important for this part. I take my thumbs and I push up and in. Up and in. You can just do one, but up, and you want to actually go inside the tumbler to where you are making the tape touch the inside of the tumbler. And so you're smoothing that out to where no gas can escape. So this is how my top looks. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. I went a little bit too high because my painter's tape is, I don't want that on my tumbler. So I just kind of go around like that. Then we're going to take the 2-inch tape again. Because we have to seal the ends. You have to seal your ends and apply that pressure. But we can't have the painter's tape on the tumbler. But the painter's tape is stiffer to where it's going to keep that nice and smooth. So same thing where we're just going to kind of push up and let the tape touch the tumbler as we're going around. And that's the joy of the 2-inch tape is if you see a gap, take your tape, pull it up, and then bring it in if you see any gaps. Okay? So now I'm going to do the next one kind of sort of in real time and a little bit faster. Feel free to post any questions that you have. So will the preferred print always be landscape? Yes, because your paper is well, it's not really landscape. So your paper on your screen is going to be like this. So you just rotate it. So the design, I guess, is kind of like, yeah, it's portrait on the paper. So you just rotate it. I have a video about that. All right, so we're going to do the next one. Oh, if you want, you can cut this right here and put a piece of heat tape here, and then you can put your painter's tape, like your painter's tape can touch that if you want. So, oh, what was I doing? Oh, I gotta do my painter's tape. So here, and just go over the seam. That, oh, well, yeah, that way, if you want to make sure that the tape just goes over the seam, you just make sure that that blue tape is on the actual heat tape, not on the tumbler, because it will leave a residue. Okay? Right? So, what am I about to do? Oh, duh, I don't know why I didn't cut this whole thing. So here, go up and in. There's that. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in the oven, and then I'll do the next one so you guys can see it again, and I can answer any questions that you guys have. So I'm going to let those go. I can literally do all of them and put them in at the same time, and they will all be done in the 4 minutes. But for the sake of, because it's more of a tutorial, I'm going to just do those two, then I'm going to do the other two. If you would like one of these, you can go to the website. So if you want it with the peacock on it, the new, so a lot of people saw it, and so somebody contacted me and said, I want it. So I ended up making some on TikTok, and then others said on there they wanted it as well. So there's a couple different options. You can get just the standard one if you just want to represent HS Inc. You can get the standard one. It's $23.65. It'll be just like this. If you want to leave a review under our sublimation paper, and so right here is a bunch of reviews that people have left. If you want your own review right here, leave a review and buy the one that says custom review. So you'll leave your review, and I'll go pull your review and put it on your tumbler. There's also an option to where this QR code right here just simply goes to the website, but you can purchase one to where you'll still leave a review. So you'll get your custom review, but your QR code will be a QR code that's good for 10% off of our entire site for 3 months. Or you can get the one that is good for 15% off of our entire site for 3 months. You can go on there and purchase that one. It's on the website now. Okay. So I'm going to put these in the oven. All right. So these are about to go in that oven, 350 degrees. Open side down. Four minutes. If you're doing it in a toaster oven, I don't preheat. I put it in there for either 350, 375, depending on where it's at. And I'll leave it in there for something like this. You can do 5 to 6 minutes because, again, I don't preheat. If it's preheated, you definitely can get it done in like 5 minutes. Probably even still do it 4 minutes depending on the color. But for me, I leave it for about 6 minutes because I don't preheat. So let's see. How do you align it on the screen before printing that affords you the border around the edges? I was aligning to the top and the left. I have to go to the computer for that one. Where do you get the tumblers? I got mine from Johnson's Plastics Plus. Johnson's Plastics Plus. If you use the code 9PKD6, you'll get 15% off of all of their blanks and stuff on the website. So I just purchased a tumbler press for nothing. Maybe. Is there a reason to cook it upside down? Just so the heat from the element, like, it's just kind of putting the heat through here, so it'll just heat up in there. And just kind of makes it to where heat is just going directly in there. So you're getting the heat around it and the heat going directly to the inside to help it sublimate in less time. So if you're using a 7-in-1 toaster, oven, fryer, what temps do you recommend? You can use 350 or 375, either anywhere between 4 to 6 minutes, depending on if you preheat yours or not. I don't preheat. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back. So let's see if we can get these done before those are finished. But when I'm doing mine, I usually just hit, like, I'll group it together and I'll just hit center to page. Like, that's normally what I'll do with mine, is just simply hit center to page. Why don't I preheat? Because you really don't need to preheat. So in the smaller ovens, I don't preheat because as it's heating up, it's already starting the sublimation process. Our paper is a high release paper. So as soon as the heat starts to hit it, it's starting to sublimate anyway. And I also don't preheat because why waste electricity? Two, when I set it to the timer, it just turns off. So I don't have to just leave it on just to waste electricity. So there's no sense in me preheating because it's going to. The only reason why I preheat the big one is because it's huge. The smaller ones will heat up like that. But the big oven, it's huge, so I do have to preheat that one. Oh, it's already done. And I'm not worried about it burning because that's a really big oven. And with the paper, our paper, I'm not worried about it burning. It's only time I worry about it burning is if I were to lay it down. And if you were to lay it down and it's so close to the eye, I mean, you can get burn marks on it, but it's upside down. So I'm not worried about even the top part burning. If it was laid down, you may end up with some burn marks. But with it upside down, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm not even worried about it burning. I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way, put my glove on, and we're going to go get it. You're going to see it again. I'm about to do it again right now. Is that an oven dedicated to this only? No, it is not. It is not. Look, I'll show you something. Hold on. Let's go. How can I do this? I think I have to go brand, and then I have to go add overlay. Bam, done. And this is how I did my lunch today. That's how I made my pizza for lunch today. So no, it's not a dedicated one. There's nothing toxic about sublimation ink or the process. All right, let's go get these bad boys. It doesn't stink or anything like that. I'm not using I'm using actual heat tape. It's meant to be heated up. The painter's tape is fine, so it doesn't stink. I mean, you may end up, of course, seeing smoke because you're heating up, the stainless steel, but it's not toxic. It doesn't lose anything. And I mean, this is pretty much the same material that an oven, like a pot, will be made out of. So it's nothing harmful with that. Okay. So I don't wait for it to cool. I don't give it an ice bath or anything like that. We're just going to pull this tape off. Got my little trash bag right here. Pull that off. Yeah. Hush. So then I'm going to take this side and rip it off. All right, ready? So there is the top. There is the seam. So there's black. So you see no white on there. And then there's the bottom. 4 minutes. It was actually done in 3. I'll do the next ones in 3. In this oven. Your smaller oven, because it's a smaller heating element, you may have to do a little bit longer. But in this one, I can do 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, but I'm also standing them up like this. Oh, come on. This is our seam side. No white, no ghosting, and this is black. No ghosting at the top. No ghosting at the bottom. Although I could have pulled it down a little bit more. All right. And this is why you cannot let the tape touch your tumbler. It does leave a sticky pink residue. All right, I'm gonna run to the office to go to my computer. I'm gonna show you how it's set up to print. And that way it gives you guys time to share this out, tag a friend, give a video a thumbs up, and I'm gonna come back and do one more. I was gonna do two more, but I'm gonna do one more. All right, so I'll leave this here. And this is plain paper setting. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna go to here. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, drop the peacock symbol. If you can hear me, because I'm in the office now. So if you can hear me, drop the peacock symbol. Do you recommend turning the tumblers open side down in the toast? If it can fit, yes. If yours can fit in your toaster oven going straight up, yes. Open side down. Oh, wait. I don't know if you can hear me. Don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop the peacock. If you can hear me, drop the peacock. Oh, there we go. Y'all can hear me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me see. Let me answer a few more questions. Thank you, Miss D. I answered this one. The code, someone shared it. 9PKD. No, not PP. 9PKD6. There you go. 9PKD6. In a convection oven, if it's a smaller one, for certain colors, like I've done certain ones, like my I'll bring my color chart one over there. I did my color chart one in 3-4 minutes. I don't preheat. So if you're gonna preheat, you should be good with 4 minutes. Because I don't preheat, I normally do 5 to 6 minutes, depending on the design. All right, so if you would like to order one of these tumblers, you're going to head over to the website. I'm going to drop the code. Drop the link. So there's a couple different options. You can get a standard one if you want to rep the peacock and kind of just have it on there. You just want to kind of just show some support. It's $23.65 for the tumbler. And you get to see the colors and all that stuff and get one with the new peacock mascot on it. $23.65. If you want to have one where it is personalized for you, all you have to do is purchase the one with the custom review so that I know to go look for your review. Go over to the Sublimation paper and leave a review, and I will take your review and put it on your cup, and that's $25.63. If you love our products, my classes, this is your opportunity to get a discount for 3 months. So if you do, you have to, of course, leave the review. And you'll get one where the QR code on yours, whenever you scan it, it will automatically give you 10% off at checkout for any classes, any products, any digital files that you purchase on HS Inc.'s website. If you do this one, it'll give you 15% off for 3 months. Okay. So you can go over to the website. There's only a limited number of these available. and the custom review one, because I have to give myself time to go get your review. Then I have to plug it in and type it in and all that stuff. The standard ones, you can just kind of order that one. This one right here, it's with a custom review. Okay. Let's see. So what's the purpose of the shrink wrap? I see some people use it's for pressure. So some people don't want to deal with like all the different tape. I still recommend taping your seams, but for the edges, like where I use basically 2 layers of tape, for some people they prefer to use the shrink wrap. I don't really care for the shrink wrap. One, it just adds a step to where now I have to have a heat gun and I have to go, and it's like you have to go over it a couple different times to make sure that it's nice and smooth. So I'm not a big fan of the shrink wrap. I tried it. I have a whole bunch of it here. It does serve like really great purpose. It serves a purpose in a lot of other things and like odd shaped ones, but for tumblers, I just prefer to use the tape. Yes, I use plain paper setting. So we're going to go over to Silhouette Studio right now. All right. So what I do once we have it set up, so 9.35 by 8.15, you're just going to rotate it. You can come over here to the transform panel and then just rotate it 90 degrees. And so let's say you have it over here. If you just hit the top button to center it, it's going to put it there. And, you'll have some extra like left over. If you want, you can take this and bring it down some. That way you don't have to worry about cutting this side. Once you cut this side, that's the only side that you have to worry about cutting with your paper cutter or your paper trimmer and things like that. So you just bring it down a little bit. But normally I just kind of center it to page, and I'll probably still end up leaving this part right here. So that's all I do is just rotate it, center it to page. And then when it comes to printing it, the paper is still in portrait mode, so I don't make it where it's landscape. If you wanted to see it where it was still like this, then your paper size needs to be in landscape. We're just going to center it. And then when you go to print, you would choose landscape. But I don't use that method. I just leave mine in portrait. Yes. So I normally print on letter size paper. It was just 8.5 by 14 is a paper. Like, I don't know why you guys think that you don't need 8.5 by 14. So we have a lot of it. So rather than use up my 8.5 by 11, which you guys buy more of, I pretty much always print to 8.5 by 14, because that's the one we have a lot more of as far as a small format. I was going to print it on 8.5 by 11 and switch it, but I forgot to switch the paper because I didn't want to confuse anyone with using the 8.5 by 14, but I forgot to switch it because that's normally what I use, because for some reason y'all act like I don't like 8.5 by 14. So we have more of that than we do the 8.5 by 11. So I normally kind of keep for myself 8.5 by 14, and I use a lot of 11 by 17 because that's also one. People kind of go 8.5 by 11 and they'll jump to 13 by 19. 8.5 by 14 and 11 by 17 is like the forgotten child. So yeah, that is how I print that. So my measurements that I use is 9.35 by 8.15. That's pretty universal. The Johnson's Plastics ones are on the larger size. So if you have some of the ones from like some of the overseas vendors, even those like the US warehouse, sometimes they're a little bit smaller. So you may end up with a little bit of extra, you'll probably end up with a little bit more on your top and bottom than me. Yours might overlap a little bit more than mine because they're smaller. Johnson's Plastics own are ones that are on the larger, like a little bit wider and taller side compared to some of the other ones. So 9.35 by 8.15 is a really good universal size. Thank you for dropping the peacocks. Thank you for dropping the peacocks. All right, so we're going to go back over there. We're going to do one more and we're going to wrap up. So if you have questions, go ahead and drop those questions now because I'm going to get through that one fairly quickly as far as wrapping that one up. Okay. All right. Here is the color chart one. So this one I did in 3 minutes. This one was printed from the newer printer. This was printed from the 7820. But this is my color chart one. That was done in 3 minutes. All right. So we're going to take our print. I'm going to go over supplies one more time. I thank you for everyone that put it in the comment section, but we have a lot of new people on right now. Make sure that you guys continue to give this video a thumbs up, share it out, tag a friend, hit, share it in your sublimation groups. I'm telling you, you do this method, it's going to minimize how many oops tumblers you have. I've done a lot of different methods. You can watch several videos where I've just tried out so many. You know, I don't mind testing out different ones. And I've pretty much perfected. It's like, it's very rare that I have any like major mistakes. Okay. All right. So things that we're going to need. We're going to go over supplies one more time. All right. Y'all ready? Get your pen and paper. Get your pen and paper, get your pen and paper, get your pen and paper, get your pen and paper. It's the seams. I'm telling you, if you use the painter's tape and making sure, so I'm going to go over why we do it the way we do it, and that's going to help you with your seams. I promise you. I have tumblers that are full on black, and we still I don't get ghosting. I don't get the white lines anymore. All right. I think I saw someone ask about if you don't have the 1-inch tape and the 2-inch tape. Go to the website. We have it on the website. It's non-staining, non-marking. You see that there's no yellow on the bottom. Our tape does not stain. All right, so go to the site and get some. If you're using the 1/2-inch tape, it's just going to take a lot more of them, a lot more pieces. So you won't be able to just do 5. I can't tell you how many it's going to take if you're using the smaller tape because I don't use it. So you're just going to have to put more tape probably on your seam. I still would do the same method of doing one in the middle on the end and then filling in the middle section. And then you're going to put your painter's tape on there. Now, as far as the top edge, because it's thin, I don't know how that's going to be because I'm not sure if you guys saw when it came out, the tape came up. So with the thicker tape, it gives it kind of more time before it comes all the way out. The thinner tape, I don't know if that's going to come up and going to give you ghosting. So I can only vouch for using this method with the 2-inch tape and the 1-inch tape and the painter's tape. Okay, so supplies again, your tumbler. There's several places you can get it. These particular tumblers came from Johnson's Plastics Plus. If you use my code 9PKD6, you get 15% off. And it's not just sublimation stuff. They have engravings, things. So if you have a glow forge, you're doing engraving, they have that on there as well. If you want the sublimation MDF boards to be able to cut, they have that. They have all sorts of things on that website. So Johnson's Plastics Plus, jpplus.com, 9PKD6 gets you 15% off. So that's where these tumblers came from. The current, and so the one thing that I like about let me tell you, one of the reasons I like ordering from Johnson's Plastics. How many of you guys have your tumblers and your straws are separate and they can't go in your box? By show of hands, how many of you have tumbler boxes where your straws have to be to the outside and they can't go in your box? Show of hands. So with the Johnson's Classics box, it's all in there. So some people may be making the bigger boxes now, but before they were really short boxes and your straws were to the outside. It will fit like the plastic straw will also fit in here. So they have larger boxes now. I meant to ask you what's your settings on your print preferences. I have a video that goes over my print settings. Now, again, these are print settings that I use for Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. If you're using a different paper, I mean, I have so many people who watch that video. The video has tens of thousands of views, and people love the settings, and it works for them. My shirt is printed with plain paper setting. That's the setting that I use. So if you go to my link tree, which is not on here, or just go to Honestly Speaking and search print or sub settings, that video will come up. It has the settings I use. I have a Mac version and I have a PC version, although I have to redo the Mac version because now Mac, where you access your drivers, is a little bit different. But I use plain paper set to the highest quality possible based off of your printer. So I'm about to do it all over again. All right. So materials, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, painter's tape. Then you're going to need a squeegee, preferably 1 or 2. The wider ones, you can actually set your tumbler in the groove, but this is a thinner one. All right. So I'm going to use 2 because I'm going to use it to kind of keep it from rolling back on me. You're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a cutting tool. I prefer a rotary blade, but you can use an X-Acto knife or craft blade, straight blade, any of those, the Dollar Tree blades. But I prefer a rotary blade and a straight ruler. Okay? And scissors. So you're going to need scissors. And that's everything that we're going to use. Oh, and a cloth to clean it off. You can use alcohol if you want to. I personally don't. I just take a cloth and wipe that bad boy down. Are we learning anything? So we're gonna, y'all know I'm obsessed with the peacock now. So if you've learned something, drop the peacock. If you've learned something, go ahead and drop the peacock. Thank you for dropping the link tree. All right, so ready? When I cut this, I cut whatever side is going to go to the tumbler is cut straight. I don't cut my tops and bottoms because this allows you to make sure that it is lined up. Thank you guys for dropping the peacocks. Thank you, thank you, thank you for dropping the peacocks. All right. So on this side, wait, wrong way. On this side, you need to leave white. Do not cut your print right to the edge of the design. Leave some paper on the end. We're going to write that in the comments. Leave paper on the end. Leave paper, leave blank paper on the end. It's going to create like a little tab for you. That's going to lock the sublimation gases inside. I'm telling you, that will help prevent a lot of your issues with ghosting. So leave the paper on the end. All right. Don't cut your tops and bottoms. You're going to cut them when they're on the tumbler. Only cut one side. Only cut one side. All right. So then we're going to wrap it on the tumbler. And you're going to just make sure, see, because you didn't cut it all weird, you know, no one's perfect. The paper's already perfect. So we're just going to fold it over. and make sure our tops and bottoms. So if you have a design where the edges needs to meet, like it's like, let me see, do I have it over here? I don't think I have it over here. So where it's a design and they need to line up, when you do this, it's going to line up. Okay. So we're going to, I like to twist it like this. Ooh, here is a really good, as you guys like to call it, gem. If you are someone that has issues with grip, yes, they have that little grip thingy, but why waste your money on that, right? So if you're someone that has issues with gripping, you can use, do I have a smaller one here? Okay, I'm just going to use this one. I think. Okay, so I'm going to use, where is my painter's tape that is finished? I just finished the painter's tape. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. So see this, right? If you have an issue with getting grip, you can take the either one that has tape on it. Be careful not to bend your paper. Oh, come on. Now you don't want to go on. All right. Let's use, or this one. So this one goes on better. So you can use this, right? But I like the painter's tape, keeps it a little bit tighter. What this does is it's going to keep that paper in place for you. So if I need to kind of adjust it because I can't get a good grip. So if you're someone that can't like really, really grip, you can either pay for that little contraption or you can use your tape roll. Tape roll works fine. And it allows you to make sure it's nice and lined up. It's going to keep that paper in place. You just kind of have to have a slight grip on it. And then you'll put your tape. Now tell me that gem wasn't worth tuning into this live. Aren't you glad you clicked on it? That alone is probably going to save your hands. That's probably one of the best tips you're going to get when it comes to this. And then you can slide that off. Probably should have pulled it. Well, as I was doing it, I forgot to pull my tape. You still want to pull it, like so when you're putting your tape down, because that isn't giving it a grip. This gives it a better grip if you can get it around there. But you're just going to make sure that you are pulling it so that, oh, shoot, so that your paper stays tight to your tumbler. I'm going to do the next one the same way, just so you can see that I don't have to retape this. Okay, there we go. I just had to pull it a little bit. Because, yeah, see, this one's moving kind of a little bit in here, but it's going to be fine. All right, so I'm going to use my tape dispenser, and I'm going to use my squeegee. And put that right there. I'm going to have to pull my tape a little bit here. All right, so we're going to take our painter's tape. And take our squeegee. And go across the seam. Okay? And see, that made that where it's a little bit tighter once I put that on there. Now, so I heard someone say, I trimmed it, but I got a perfect line, right? I'm not trimming to my design. I'm actually leaving some of the white. Okay, so I'm actually let that slide down. So when I'm trimming this, say, look at God, because now you can see it. Before it would have been too tight. If you see right there, so my line is straight because the print is straight. I leave a little bit of white. I just cut it down so that I can fold it over. So that's why I'm still going to have that nice line on the bottom, because I'm not cutting into the design. All right. All right, so this one's going to be a little bit tricky because it's not super, super tight, but we're still going to make it work. I'm going to take the tape and I'm just going to tape this down to the tumbler so that it doesn't move too much when I put it down, because it dropped. So I just taped it to the bottom. So now we're going to take our painter's tape and it's going to the edge of the tumbler so that we don't get those ripples. All right, this right here, I might have to tape the whole thing. Okay. So the reason why I said that is, as I'm rotating this, I can see ripples in there. And if it's not tight to the tumbler, it's going to, like, the gas will escape and it's not going to get on the tumbler. So we would have to make sure that it's nice and tight. So this part up here, nice and tight. I'm going to show you how I'm going to rectify this with this one. If you happen to go and you see that it wasn't tight, don't just throw it in the oven because you're going to mess it up. It has to be tight to the tumbler. So if you when you're putting it and you were wrapping it, it wasn't tight, go ahead and just take those extra measures to make sure that it's tight. So I'm going to just go ahead and, oh, I forgot to trim this. Duh, Shakia. So now we're going to push up and in. Up and in. You have to make sure that you push it to where the tape touches right at the edge of the paper. That's going to trap that gas at that edge. You get white ghost lines and white cast lines when the gas has a way of escape and it's not touching the tumbler. So by pushing up and in, you're making sure that you seal that edge. I'm going to cut the inside of this to make that lay flat because it was kind of sitting kind of weird. If when you inspect it, if you have an area that looks like it's not down, don't leave it like that. Take a piece of tape and just pull it to make sure that it stays down. Okay? Don't leave it like that because then you're going to get the white cast because you're leaving a gap for the gas to flow through. All right? So now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. I'm teaching, so this seems like it's going kind of slow, but when you do it in real time, this actually goes very, very, very fast. Actually, see, now I'm pretty good. It's actually not moving. Although I'm still going to put a piece of tape around here just to be on the safe side, but it's not moving. All right, so I'm going to take the 2-inch tape. And I will just kind of pull it up. And then we're just going to push it around the edge and just making sure you seal the ends. Or you can kind of do this. Whichever method, just make sure that you don't have any major gaps. Okay? So there we go. Now, because this did not feel as tight as I wanted it to, you can take heat tape or you can take the painter's tape and just go around the center just to make sure that it stays tight. Yeah, because see, I'm moving this and I think I might end up with some gaps. So I'm actually going to take this off. Here is where having a bunch of different, oh wait, I have to leave that on. Having a bunch of different sizes of heat tape comes in handy. And I normally would use the 6-inch one, but I'm just going to use the 4-inch. This is a 4-inch tape. Oh, wait a minute now. But if this is not something I always have to do, but this is kind of a just in case because it doesn't feel tight. Okay, nobody got time for that. Hold on 1 second. So here's my 6-inch. Like I said, this is just a precautionary measure because when I wrapped it, it wasn't too tight. So I'm just going to put this down. And I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to roll it very, very tightly. Just to make sure that it's tight. Like the paper is touching the tumbler. So this was just a precautionary because I didn't do it tight. So I'm going to do it one more time. I'm not going to put this one in the oven because I don't need another one like I have all of these. Unless you plan to go and buy a standard one. I'm not going to make a bunch of them. Because I have, well, one is for love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 7 of the standard ones. If you just want to kind of have a peacock in your home, you can get the standard one for $23.65 and rep your favorite paper. So here we go. I'm gonna do it in real time. Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, I'm down to 13%. So right now my clock says 9:22. It might change to 9:23. So we're going to see how long it takes to do this. Ooh, wait a minute. Something on it. So when I put this on, I want to put it on the flap side and pull the paper to make sure that it's tight and I don't have any ripples. Put the tape on the flap side and pull it towards you. Yep, I'm good. All right. And it's still a little loose. So we're just going to put a little piece of tape there. Actually, I'll put it in here. I'll do this one as a giveaway. So someone will get this as a giveaway with their next order that requires shipping. Or you can just pay for the shipping of it if you win it. I am not one that feels like tumblers have to be wrapped and done in like 2 minutes. I rather have a quality product that might take a minute longer than, you know, using less tape or using a tumbler press. So I know how long it takes, so I price it based off of the amount of work and how long it takes. So I'm okay. And if I'm doing like a big order, I'll get this and I'll sit in front of the TV and set all this up. So it is 27. So that was what, like 4 minutes? I'm not sure when it changed from 22 to 23. So anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes to get this all set up. All right. So that's that. Let's see. If you sub the tumbler in a heat press, you can't use the painter's tape. You can. I still recommend you use the painter's tape. It definitely will help your seams. Tape is definitely on the website. I don't have trouble with top and bottom ghosting. It's the seams, always make sure you use the tape and make sure you have the gap, the extra flap. If you don't have a full wrap, you just want to put a small logo. How do you tape that down without how do you tape that? So my tape is non-staining, non-marking. I actually just did a cup where I did not have to put tape on. I didn't do the whole thing. So because our tape is non-staining, non-marking, I don't have that issue. So you want to just use a quality tape. Right? So now they're going to go in the oven. It's still set at 350 degrees. If you want, if I wanted to, I could do 365, just to keep on brand. But they're going to go into the oven, mouth down. Four minutes and start. So these are the ones that I did earlier. You can see no ghosting on the seams, no ghosting around the top. It's a nice black using plain paper setting on these tumblers. This has black on the bottom only because I had to redo the design. I could barely see it, but once it's subbed, the black from like the template came out past it, but that was the way the design was. So So is it safe to do it in your oven? That's where I'm putting mine. So I'm going to show you something. Want to know if it's safe. So I'll tell you this. A lot of people tell you not to. One, they're probably using a shrink wrap that really isn't meant for high heat and it smells like crap. I don't have any smell in here, like nothing more than what an oven would normally smell like when you're cooking something in it. Like that's what it smells like. So it's perfectly safe. Our paper does not bleed out. So you see that on there? No blowout or bleed through. So no gas is coming out of it because it does not gas out through the back. So I'm able to put it in there. There's nothing that's gonna, like, even if it was gases that was gonna come out and get on the food, like it just doesn't, because it is made to not blow out of the back. There's no bleed whatsoever. Here's how I made my lunch earlier today. My pizza and the cup that I drank out of today. Here's how I made it. Bam. They were in there at the same time. Now, when you overlap, is some of the design still in the flap? Yes. So there, the design, the 9.35 gives me some overlap, and then there's the extra flap. So yep, I use the regular oven. Oh, I need to try this paper. We also have on the website now a sample pack. They will be printed to 11 by 17. You'll get 5 sheets of 11 by 17 with various designs on it, whether it's for a shirt, it's for a tumbler, smaller items. The color chart will be on there. So if you want to try out the paper and our ink, you can also get a sample pack on the website. So not this, so it's a sample, it's a 5 print sheet, well, 5 pack printed sample pack. So it's going to be 11 by 17, and it's going to have random designs on it. But you'll have ones for tumblers. You'll have some that have like a lot of colors, some darker colors. So you can definitely try it out that way. And if you want to just try, have paper for you you can put your design on, you can get the actual the sample pack, which is 20 sheets. If you haven't used this paper and ink, you need to. It's the best. Thank you, Carol. Shop shop.hsinc365.com. Shop.hsinc365.com. I'm trying to see, do I have mine? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Hold on. Wrong one. All done. I don't see it. I thought I had one with my logo on it. Well, with the website on it. But it is. And I'm not worried about it burning. I'm looking for the website. There it is. Well, hsinc365.com or shop. Either one of them will work. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Ticker across the bottom. There we go. All right. So I'll put my glove on. Put my towel down so I don't burn myself or my counter. All right, oven off. So you see this? You see how it comes up? So if you're using the thin paper, it can come up and come all the way up. Not thin paper. What's I'm looking for? Thin tape. It can come up and it may come off and you may get ghosting because the heat tape, as it heats up, it's going to come loose. So this is why I like to use the thicker one. I don't have to give it an ice bath or anything like that. I'm just going to pull this off. So that's where the seam was. That's the seam side. No, even on even on the black, no ghosting. Here is my top and bottom. Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back before I do that one. Hold on. Okay. So you guys can start putting it in. Hashtag. So you have to put hashtag 365 Peacock. Hashtag 365 Peacock. And that's going to pull the drawing to give away one of these tumblers. Okay. So 365 Peacock. Hashtag 365 Peacock. You can put that in to enter the giveaway. And it'll just ship out with your next order, or you can pay for just the shipping on it. Now I don't want to pull off. It's okay. We're just going to grab the tape. This is the one that wasn't very tight, but we put those extra measures on it and it's perfect. It's a little bit like right here. I'm not sure you can see it, like right there. But other than that, it's perfect. Actually, right there, hold on, right there is it. But the middle part is what I was worried about, and that is perfect. Our seam, perfect. And that the seam is on this side. That black side is the seam side. Yes. This is what's left on Honestly Speaking paper. All of them. So technically, it's 98% ink release, but we like to play on words. We like to brand everything. So of course, 95.63, so 365. So that's what it says, but it's really like 98% transfer rate. So yeah, so here we go. What do you mean? It went under the tumbler without ripples? I'm not sure what you mean by that. All right, so those are the giveaways. Make sure I don't have any other questions. So hashtag 365 Peacock. What print size do you recommend for the skinny tumbler? So for this one's a 20-ounce one. I use 9.35 by 8.15. Can I change my Epson 7710 to your ink and not mess it up? Yes, you can. How do you tape curved tumblers? Well, I don't have one here, but it's pretty much the same thing. I create a curved template. So I use Silhouette Studio and I use the warp tool and I make it curved and I literally tape it the exact same way. Can I change my Epson 15,000 to your ink without messing up my printer? We recommend that you get it down as low as possible. Now, black ink, you can always mix. It's going to always make it better. But we do recommend that you get it down as low as possible before you mix the inks in, but it should be fine. You can't stand yours up in your oven, so you're going to lay it down, open side to the back. You may have to rotate yours if you can't stand it up so that it doesn't burn on one side. So make sure that you turn yours like at 1.5 minutes. Love the gem. I have that contraption and it's not great for me. Are the designs on the website or is just the blank paper? So for the sample pack, that's going to be the 5 sheets, it's going to be random designs. So you won't be able to, we will have an option. So let's say like you want to try our paper and you want it to be your specific design. As of right now, you can just email me at theprofessor@hsink. Info. Email info@hsink365.com if you want to order prints with your specific design on it. We're going to have it on the website and for you to be able to upload it. It's just not up there yet, but that 5-pack, the printed sample pack, just so you can see our experience, our ink and paper, without having to change out your ink. If you want to compare it to what you currently have, you can go on there and purchase that. And it'll be 5 11 by 17 sheets. Some of them, one of them is like, it'll be like a gang sheet. It'll be all kind of stuff. You'll have tumbler designs. You'll just have ones that's made for shirts and stuff like that. So it's going to be 5 11 by 17 sheets, printed with random designs. All right. Look at the bottom of the last one. You did not cut slits on the bottom of the paper for it to go under. I don't ever cut slits. I don't cut slits. What do you mean? I don't get what you mean. I didn't cut slits. I know to just trim the paper. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean with that one. Okay, so I gotta go get my charger because if not, it's gonna go dead on y'all. Actually, we're done here anyway. Can we buy prints from you as well as or only? So yeah, so prints, it's coming to the website because we're trying to, I'm still debating on whether or not I want it to be to where you upload it or email it. But for right now, just email us and I'll end up sending you an invoice and you'll be able to send us your prints. For now, you just have to email us. Going to place an order for your paper. Thank you so very much. Okay, so this may go dead. I'm going to go to the room to finish this off. I'll take one of these with me and mine, but this may cut off over here, but that's fine. Okay, well, actually, let me go get my phone to charge it. And this is the pizza that I cooked earlier. With my tumblers. So I did actually eat it. Okay, so we're going to do the giveaway. Last chance to enter it. Hashtag 365 Peacock. You're going to get one of these tumblers that we just created. So these are the ones that have the new mascot on it, our little peacock. All right. I think the person who was talking about the ripples was talking about ghosting around the bottom when the print goes all the way around. Yeah, but I still understand. I mean, it only had like a small one, and that was the one that wasn't tight. So it had a small ghost on it. So I guess I got on when you were mentioning something about your oven in your kitchen with food. Can you please clarify? So I'll show you. I use the oven that I cook in. Earlier today, I made my tumblers at the same time with my pizza. So, yes, it is perfectly safe. There's nothing harmful about the sublimation process. The gas is not toxic. Our paper does not bleed through. Like if I were to press a shirt, it does not bleed through the back, which means there's no gas escaping through the back. Because if it was gas escaping through the back, it would end up on the butcher paper and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about any gas getting out. Everything is inside. I'm using tape that is meant to be heated. And then when it comes to the painter's tape, there's nothing really harmful about heating that up either. So it is perfectly safe. It is literally right next to my pizza. No, I'm not concerned at all. All right. So for me, I do my tumblers at 9.35 by 8.15. 9.35 by 8.15. All right. Last call. We're about to do the drawing for the tumbler. And if you purchased one already, I'll simply refund you for it. if you've already purchased one. So if you would like to get the new with the mascot on it, you can get the standard one, $23.65. If you want to have, because right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4 reviews on there. So someone, and this might be your review. You never know. So it says best sub paper. This is the only paper I use anymore. Love that I can press at lower times and temps. The ink release is fantastic. Very happy customer. Before I got your paper, I didn't think there was really a big difference. So I just went with anything. Boy, was I wrong. I was pleasantly surprised and not going back to anything else. I always make sure I keep HS ink sublimation paper in stock, no cover sheet needed, and I never get ghosting on my presses, even if I don't use heat tape. Best ever. Honestly speaking, sublimation paper never disappoints. My colors are always bright and vibrant, and my products blow my clients away. I won't use any other paper and ink. So those are the ones that are currently on there. So people love it. It's as it says, color that honestly speaks for itself. So the standard one has the standard these pre-picked reviews on it. If you want to add a review and you want me to add your review to yours, you can get it for $25.63. If you want to have 10% off of our entire site for the next 3 months until July 4th. So whenever you're ordering tape, classes, ink, paper, digital files, whatever it is, you'll get 10% off of your full order. That is $45.63. So you'll get the tumbler. There's going to be a QR code. So if you notice, so like on here, there's a QR code. Yours will have a QR code. And whenever you scan that, it will automatically apply your discount code to your cart. And then if you do this one, you'll get 15% off for the next 3 months, classes and everything else. Okay. So on the main page, if you come down to right here, oh, that's why the picture didn't load. Sorry, I didn't realize the picture didn't load on here. So this right here is the sample pack that you can get. It's 5 prints. It's random prints. They'll be printed to 11x17 paper, all sorts of stuff I get from Creative Fabrica, things that I've created myself. There'll be some tumbler designs. The color chart will be on one of them. So you can get that one where it's actually printed with our sublimation paper, our ink, printed from Epson Workforce printers is what it will be printed from. And so you can order that. It's $365 plus shipping. This is our sample packs are the only thing that we offer first class shipping on. However, whenever you go first class, should it get lost, we don't replace it because you cannot place a claim on first class packages. So if it gets lost, it's gone. We don't replace it because it's the only thing that we ship first class mail. Okay. But you can get it'll be 11x7. It'll be 5 11x17 sheets, and there'll be a bunch of various prints on there for you to basically sample and try out and press to different things. And then if you want the 20 packs of sublimation paper, you're just going to come up here to paper. You're going to go to fast dry sample pack. We also still have some sample packs of the tacky paper. So you're just going to click on that. You're going to add it to your cart and it will ship out. All right. Only enter it one time. The system only takes it one time. Where can you get the wide tape? Also on our website. If you go to Essentials, it's right there. So we have everything from 1/2 inch up to 6 inch. So we have a 1/2 inch, 1 inch bundle, and then the ultimate bundle is all of the different sizes. And then we have the 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch bundle. And then you can get 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, or 6 inch heat tape. So it's all on our website. All right, let's go ahead and pull for the giveaway. I'll actually pull 2 names. Angela Hawthorne. So with your next order, or you can email us if you just want to receive an invoice for shipping of your tumbler. It won't have a discount code on it. It'll just be the standard ones, one of the ones that we made today. So that with your next order, you can let us know. We'll ship it out, or you can email us at info@hsinc365.com. Let me know, remind me that you are the one that won, and I will send you the invoice for shipping. Okay, and we're going to do one more. Congratulations. So one more. Ready? Boom. Robin Priester. I think I said that right. So she says, that's me. Yay. I will be placing an order tomorrow. All orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time go out the same day. So if you place it tomorrow, place it before 3 p.m., it'll ship out tomorrow. Any orders that are placed like right now will go out tomorrow. So same thing for you with your next order. Just remind us, we will add it to it, or we can send you an invoice for it to be shipped out to you. Okay. How many feet is on the roll? The rolls are, I remember off the top of my head, 108 feet. 108 feet. Thank you. I'll be placing an order. You said so close. All right, let's just do one more, just for the heck of it. We'll do one more. Let's see. Since you were so close last time, let's see if you come up this time. Rhonda, you are the lucky winner of tumbler number 3. So with your next order, we will add that to it, or we can send you an invoice for shipping if you want. So when you place an order, leave it in, it has been ordered that can be shipped. So when you place an order, leave a note, we'll add it to it. If not, send an email to info@hsinc365.com, and we will send you the invoice. Okay. But you guys can go straight to the website and get your own if you want to rep with the peacocks. So let's go ahead. Let's drop some peacocks in the and I thought I did this last year, and it was actually 2021. August of 2021 is when I actually designed this. And I don't know why. I don't know if I was like not quite sure. But some things happened, and I was like thinking about it, and I went back to it, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's just kind of put this out there. So that is the official mascot. So there's a lot of things that we're doing on the back end, some branding, some marketing, and we're trying to get, into certain places. So we just want to kind of really have that identifier. And it's basically our drip turned upside down to look like the feathers. So yeah. So if you want to rep HS Sync and drink out of your stainless steel tumbler with the peacock on it, go ahead to the website. And if you love our products, you can get it and you're paying for it. But I mean, the more you order, especially if you're ordering classes and things like that, it'll surpass, the extra amount that you're paying, but it'll make it to where you'll get 15% off. All right. Let's see. Thank you guys for the peacocks. During COVID, I purchased a lot of your paper, and I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so very much. Love the marketing. I remember when you asked about suggestions for a mascot, I said peacock. I feel like a part of the family. Yeah, so some of you guys know that I love elephants. So it was like elephants, it was peacocks, I think it was butterflies. I forgot the other one what it was. So I wasn't sure if you're on. I was gonna say, yep, you actually suggested the peacock. All right, y'all. So I'm out of here. My kids are probably going to be sleeping, probably be upset because I didn't realize it is 10 o'clock. So I am out of here. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Don't forget to visit the website shop.hsink365.com if you would like to experience the incredibleness of our sublimation ink and paper. It was just added to the website. I have to go back on and add the picture. I have no idea why the picture is not there, but this is the one if you want to purchase the it's a sample print 5-pack. So it'll be 5 sheets of 11 by 17 with various and random designs on it. I know like in all of them, you will get the color chart printed from one of our workforce printers. So you'll just get to really see and press it to whatever you have to see the ink release on it. If it does work, if you have to kind of play around with your settings, if 365 at 30 seconds doesn't work for you, but I've even done that with an easy press. So there's going to be a lot of different ones. You can put it on tumblers, mugs, shirts, and different things. So it'll be set up for a couple of different like standard type templates. All right. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Peace.